It tickles his
fine.
prostate.
One question.
The one pages.
Welcome, adventurers, once again to the next official session of our official campaign. The fourth one, is it? As you remember last time, our brave heroes barely managed to survive the ambush by the dire spiders. And,
It was all calculated.
Definitely. And they are now outside of the ruins, once again back in the little hamlet of Filzar. Unsure of how they will proceed and what exactly will their next move be. And definitely me as a GM are also really interested, guys. What's the next move?
We go back to the ruins. We should explore the ruins.
Yes and yes, but later.
No. I heard friendly voices down there. We need to go see who was calling us.
There was someone calling me down there. I heard it.
No.
We should go back. We should go back.
Yep.
Yes.
Garvan, let's go.
Let's
Go.
Garvan.
Let's go.
You see Orlos and Gharvan like turn around just before you're gonna enter the hamlet of Filzar, but you were noticed by Essen, who was eagerly awaiting your return, and he comes rushing towards you and stops both of you from leaving, and is like, "Back so soon? Did something happen?" And then he sees your weary looks and the craziness inside the eyes of both Gharvan and Orlos, and it's like,
We slaughtered the spiders down there. We slaughtered the spiders. We need to go back, finish the wall.
They pulled us out. We need to go back. Now. We need to go back. There's something good there. We should go.
We are wounded. We are not going anywhere.
No, we
until
are
we
good.
fail.
We are strong. We can
absolutely-
take it. We need to
I'm
go
absolutely fine.
Those three are not fine, and we need rest.
Essen is looking at you,
let's
and
go, let's go.
You are still dripping blood from certain parts of your bodies. And he's like, "Well, I am sure that you are more than capable of returning back and dealing with whatever threats lie. Maybe you should listen to your friends and tell me the details of what happened down there."
And just the small spiders.
Oh,
Nothing too scary. We killed them easily. We killed them with no problems. We need to go back.
You were killed, Orlos.
No, I don't
So-
recall that.
And so was Gharvan.
Nope, that's a lie. Yes,
Gharvan is
don't trust
afraid
him.
of the fucking spiders.
You must be dreaming.
Which spiders? Wait, which spiders? We killed them all.
Hey, you know what? You know what Arakel says to Essen? Hold on for a second. And Arakel starts running. And he runs 30 meters away. And as soon as he runs away, Gharvan is like, starts screaming like a little girl. And Arakel 30 meters away is like, "I told you so!" The group goes back and forth for a bit, arguing whether to return back to the ruins immediately or to rest. But eventually they all end up in the inn with Essen. They take a seat at one of the larger tables, and Essen asks them to tell him what exactly did they find in the ruins beneath the hamlet. Is it that bad as you look? What's down there exactly?
We were ambushed by dire spiders, and they're really big. We find some acidic substance, and it's stuck on walls. I guess it can be gathered, but we do not have any bottles or know how do we actually do
Well,
that.
I'm sure the alchemist could supply us with some, but acidic. That's weird. You didn't see any other creatures except dire spiders in there?
No, we did not venture any further. We noticed more ruins there, like it was a dwarven city there.
And then, as you say that, he cautiously looks at Bolan.
And Bolan looks hopeless. Like just staring at the point in the wall. You know, nothing, just like...
He slowly turns back to you, Arakel, and is like, "Is he okay?"
No. None of them are currently okay, and that's why we needed to go back.
What do you mean? We are fine.
Gharvan, finish that meal and let's go back.
I agree.
Oh, please, Gharvan, please leave this in, please.
The group continues on discussing their findings with Essen. He suggests that they rest and asks if they want backup for the next time they enter the ruins. The adventurers say that should there be any volunteers, they would gladly take them into the ruins. Essen tells the adventurers that he will discuss this with the rest of the dragonkin and see if there are going to be any volunteers. With that, Bolan leaves the inn, his thoughts weighing heavy on him. Oracle quickly follows him outside.
I'm telling Oracle, come and pray with me.
Will do, brother.
I'm walking outside of the inn, right?
Okay.
Because I don't want to do it in the inn, since
Okay.
there
Following
isn't
him.
that much room. And
Okay.
I'm summoning a symbol of hope
Okay.
as a sigil of the one.
Okay.
You know? And I say, heal with me, brother, and I go and hug the sigil. You know, and I'm just like hugging the sigil.
I just kneel and...
The sigil shines brightly, and it's almost like a shining beacon of hope to you at now.
That's what I need. Show me the way. Show me the way. Okay,
Do
I got
the
to go
work.
back.
Okay, so while you're praying, I'll allow it, even though there is no formal church or temple here, I will allow it as a resting activity. So you will spend the next hour doing that as a resting activity, right? So
I
you
want
restore
to
your
contemplate.
resistance. Okay.
No alcohol, no girls, ruminating it is.
Okay, since it is a symbol of hope, right? We are getting healed by it.
Okay.
So out of 8 hit points, I'm getting 2. Oracle, since you
I need
followed
3.
me, I'm guessing you all as well is full, right?
Oh, well, I need 3 hit points, so yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So 5
So
out of 8,
That's
right?
5, and since there is the non-believers still in the inn, I'm guessing they won't get healed.
Yeah, and while you guys are doing that, I'm asking Essen, where's the baby griffin? Is he inside the stool already?
He looks at you and... No, Orlos, no. And he beckons you to come. And you come and you see, you go back. And you see that the baby griffin is inside the pantry. And you see the little servant girl, Rataka, playing with the baby griffin. And they put some straw around. And she has some little wooden sticks and is kind of like playing with the baby griffin. and the griffin is like trying to catch it, and then whatever. So they're having a grand old time.
Okay, out of the pure fun, I take some plate and put some stew in it and go outside. I'm calling.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do?
I'm calling Bolan and telling him, hey, little man, I found your griffin and I'm raising the plate to him.
Luckily, you are in the inn calling him outside while they are deeply in prayer, so they do not hear you. Thank the one.
Praise the one.
I
I
rolled
said
a
I'm going
3.
out, come on, I want to break him even more.
If either Bolan or me, if either Nan or me heard that, I think we'd pour the heresy out of you.
Okay, you two roll resolution die for restored sanity points. Nanette, you suddenly have a feeling like you are being tested and you have passed the tests and you are now ready for something which you were not ready before. So in an instant, a sudden calmness goes through all of your being, and you look at the symbol of hope in front of you, like hugging it and praying, and then you after you finish, you release it from the hug, and you look at it, and it's almost like it's shifting colors slightly, ever so slightly.
I kneel before it.
Oracle, you are partaking in prayer with your brother. You as well feel comforted by the very act of it. Gharvan, you feel your resolve strengthened, and since Oracle is nowhere near you, you know that you are usually afraid of spiders, but you are kind of proud at yourself for dealing with the problem in such an efficient way. Orlus, you think back at what happened, and you suddenly it comes back, and you suddenly realize that you lost consciousness for a moment or two, and you know that Bolan brought you back, and you suddenly feel a little bit disgusted with yourself for trying to do that thing with the plate and the stew, and at the same time grateful for having someone such as him to watch your back.
My little brother.
After about an hour and a half, you all return back from your resting activities. You see Gharvan coming from the room down, Orlus as well from another room. You see Oracle and Bolan going back into the main entrance. And all of you watch yourselves and then watch around you and just kind of nod at each other. Okay, this was bad. We almost died, but we got through this shit as a team, so yeah. Let's see what happens next. You come down all and meet and kind of spontaneously huddle. With their minds more at ease, Oracle and Bolan heal the wounds of Gharvan and Orlus. Soon after this, Essen returns and takes the adventurers in the small back room where they wash themselves and their equipment from the dire spider remains. Oracle uses the opportunity to ask Essen more of his past and the potential connections he had with Oracle's parents, but Essen deflects the questions. Bolan asks Essen about his griffin, and he leads them to the pantry where Rataka is still playing with it. He leaves the griffin with Rataka for the time being. The group spends the day resting and chatting amongst each other and meets with Essen in the inn the following morning. They begin discussing the discovered ruins and some of the lies told to them by the dragonkin of Rezex. Indeed, a lot of ancient structures and well, obviously walls, bricks and tools have been discovered here by the dragonkin when they first came here, or so I've heard. I was not here for that. But do not trust what some of the ability and the officials say.
I mean, they lied to our face.
They already tried that lie on us.
They lied that they built a temple.
Sorry to say this, but filthy lizards. No offense to you.
There is always an exception to the rule, right? But I think there is a lot of deceit going on in your higher ranks of the nobility.
I am 100% sure in that.
I hope.
100%.
I hope that you are going to work on, fixing that.
Gharvan, I think my days of glory hunting and adventure is kind of behind me, but if I can make the lives of these people better, and if I can help them, I will be content. Similar to you, I came here not too long ago, about a few years before you, and my dream was to become an innkeeper, right? To chat with other people, to meet interesting people, and to help weary travelers, right? To offer them food and lodging. But I was not really welcome here because I could not prove my lineage to anyone, essentially, and I was instantly discarded an outcast. It was not until I found, by accident, pure accident, not until I found some people that are here living in Filzar, that I was finally accepted and given the opportunity to try and somehow achieve my dreams. Unfortunately, we are kind of being hunted where we are, and we are cut off from the rest of the island. What can I say? I am disappointed in my own kind, but then again, I do not really hail from the dragonkin homeland. You see, I came from an entirely different place. So
as he's saying all that, I'm putting my hand on his shoulder and saying, "The one will protect you, my child."
The Bolan of that I have no questions. I have seen the glory of the one with my own eyes. I bear witness to the power and the might of the one. Together with the void.
You're my new best friend.
Together with the void breakers, I was involved in taking down a powerful ancient green dragon. One that had enslaved me and a lot of my kind. You see, my greatest crime against him was that I was of red scales instead of green, and for that I was a slave.
So you met Christoph, my friend?
Yes, actually, I have met Christoph. I have met Grandmaster Christoph and Gharvan.
And Gharvan?
Yes, that's how I know him, actually.
Oh.
So you were liberated.
Yeah, definitely. So you did witness the magnificence of the dwarves. That's grand, yeah.
How did you
Actually, I did not see them firsthand, but Gharvan later told me that they did procure dragon lenses made out of pure adamantium. And then I realized why dragons hate that metal so much, because it is the only metal sturdy and strong enough to pierce their scales. And I have been told by Gharvan that they were instrumental in taking the dragon down. So realized...
You just heard the story. While we
there
at the
should be
subject,
at least one dragon there.
Essen, any stories of any dragons around here?
Yeah,
I have not heard of any dragons here. I know that dragons have been missing from the dragonkin ancestral homeland for a long time now. For a long time.
As it should be.
Anyways, I will discuss today with a few dragonkin if they are willing to aid you on your quest. I will not be in the hamlet for a few days.
Where are you going?
Okay.
I am actually leading another group, and we will be trying to get some more supplies for the hamlet. We will do our best to not harm anyone while we are doing it.
You want us to join you?
No, you can deal with the threat that is underneath the hamlet. I have some people from the inside of where we're going, and it should be okay. Orlos, he looks to you. We will specifically, just for you, try and get some alcohol.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The adventurers then tell Essen to check if there would be any dragonkin willing to go with them back into the ruins. Essen agrees, but advises the adventurers to spend a few more days inside the hamlet and rest their weary minds. The adventurers agree. While contemplating later that day, both Arakel and Gharvan felt a strange sensation that almost beckoned them back into the ruins. The next day, Essen brings 2 dragonkin that are willing to accompany the adventurers into the ruins. The rest will follow Essen on his own mission. With that, Essen leaves Filzar while the adventurers go back into the ruins. The adventurers quickly return back to the place where they fought the dire spiders, but there they discover something odd. You go back to the area where you fought the spiders, right?
Yep.
And
Are there any carcasses?
no, and that
I am
suddenly
afraid.
becomes very worrisome. No carcasses of the dire spiders are left. And you are pretty sure that none of the dragonkin went down there.
Can I use my lore nature or survival to check the area?
You did not notice acid around where the traces of acid around where the corpses were, and you burned your hands, right?
Yeah.
So you lose 1 hit point, and your arms is also 1 hit point.
What are you doing?
How aren't you noticing the acid?
You
Fucking blind!
Gharvan, you like turn to them too, right? And their awareness is shit, kind of like yours, but they were smart enough to stay behind, right? And now they're complaining, right?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Like, okay, guys, if you saw that, why didn't you warn me?
We wanted to see you burn.
I was looking at the wall!
Yeah,
Okay,
somehow.
Bolan has a good explanation. No, because he was almost hugging the walls. Yeah, true.
Which are covered in acid as well.
Orlos, you came along, and together with Gharvan and that little but you discussed this a little bit, and you are fairly certain that these traces of acid could be left from Kugwar.
Gharvan, do you mind telling to our friends here what we found?
Yeah, okay, guys, so there is some little worms there. It's okay.
What?
What's there?
Worms.
Some
Worms?
Yep,
acidic worms. Nothing big, so good.
nothing to be
Acidic.
afraid of.
Worms.
Worms. Worms.
Certainly.
Fucking worms!
I know.
What the fuck? What worms?
Nothing to be afraid of.
Like this big.
They are small.
I roll
Influence.
influence. 11.
I will roll my insight for it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun if he gets less than 11. Oh, this is gonna be fucking hilarious.
I'll use my destiny.
What, really, for that?
11. Oh.
I got the D's.
One question.
DC.
Can I use my intimidation to scream at him and tell him to stop bitching?
Yeah, but it won't alter the DC, right? So Arakald, you see Gharvan trying to influence you, like, it's okay. It's only little acidic worms, will be fine. No worries, you lads. And at the moment he said acidic worms, your spidey senses were like, what the fuck? And after going through it for a little bit, you're like, wait a second. There's no acidic worms. What I mean? No way. This can't be it. There's no. He's definitely not telling us something. So you are completely convinced that he is, for some reason, lying to you, and that makes you even more worried.
So you see, they're like this big. It's all good.
Why are you lying?
Why are you bitching?
And then you hear Orlos yelling, why are you bitching, Annika? Why, you fucking pussy? Come on, let's go!
And follow us!
Okay.
There
they're
are
not-
no little
up!
acidic worms. They do
And
not
as
exist.
you're shouting at each other, right? And you can hear the echo, stop bitching, stop bitching, stop bitching.
But Arkle, you have nothing to worry about. The one will protect. Let's go further, guys. The one will protect.
Bolan and Arakel, you would be proud that Orlos, were it not blatantly obvious that he's being sarcastic.
I know. I'm like, okay, but what are... I know you two know which certain type of acidic worms they are. Can you please tell us so we can actually prepare to encounter them?
Okay,
What?
I'll tell you. Prepare oil and fire, and let's go.
Okay,
They're,
do you
they're,
know?
they're small cookworms. So cookworms,
Fucking
you know.
goggles!
Bolan, you as a dwarf being all, you know, the dwarf and subterranean and whatnot, you know what cougars are. Arkle, you coming from Hardimar, you also know what cougars are. So as soon as Gharvan said small cougars, right, you know.
Appropriate reaction.
Yeah, exactly. They are neither small nor worms. They are actually insectoid creatures, fairly large. Very dangerous, that essentially spit acid on you, and if you're not careful, most of your equipment will probably be in a worse shape than you are.
Alright, boys.
Arkle, if you're afraid and want to go back, just turn around and return.
You start going like deeper in, following the only path.
So before we go and venture further in, I would like to cast a protection spell on all of us here.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So
Defensive augmenting effect, boys.
I could cast Eldritch Empowerment, so we all get
That's also
physical die tier
Wait,
improved by 1.
Wait.
And damage is changed to Eldritch. I'm gonna overcharge it, so we deal additional wound with all of our attacks and spells.
You go deeper, and the pathway suddenly splits into two. You can go left or you can go right. The adventurers inspect their surroundings and deduce that the Kugwar have taken the dire spider corpses to the right. Knowing that they have to defeat the Kugwar before this area would be secure for salvaging, they decide to go right. Oracle tries to use hand gestures and sounds to explain to the two dragonkin with them that they will not be fighting dire spiders, but something else. Because the dragonkin do not know a word of his language, Oracle mostly fails in this attempt. Finally, the adventurers reach a rather large clearing inside the buried ruins.
the walls are here.
You only see as far as the torches can illuminate.
Amazing.
So you're saying we see a bit of a wall here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where we're going.
But don't run first, stay behind us.
Walls. Walls there.
There'll be walls here.
Beautiful wall. Look at this. Look at this. These lines here. They're so perfect. Look at it.
As you slowly move forward and reach this area, everybody roll an awareness check, please. Everybody except Bolan, because Bolan is looking at the walls. Everybody who rolled less than a 7, and Bolan, because he did not have a chance to roll, is surprised.
Dragonkin are surprised as well.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We might die.
He got 6, not 7. Oh my god.
No, not
Wait,
alright.
does it only mean that only 2 of us actually?
Yep.
Okay,
When is it gonna be enough?
beautiful GM, I think it's more than enough.
The noises that the Kugwar make betray their positions. A group of them is in front of the adventurers, while another group is behind. Gharvan carries one of the 2 torches that the group has with him and is able to see a Kugwar lurking in the shadows after going south of his current position. Arakel follows his lead. Gharvan casts Insanity in the general direction where he sees the Kugwar lurking and manages to affect 3 of them, while Arakel uses his Heaven's Judgment in the roughly same direction, catching 4 of the Kugwar, and switches the grip with which he is holding his sword to half-swording. The 3 Kugwar affected by Gharvan's Insanity spell become frenzied, while Arakel's Heaven's Judgment kills all 4 of the Kugwar. Arakel, as you cast Heaven's Judgment, you see that the color is different. It's much darker than it was before and almost purplish.
The strength of the One is with me. Its power shall strike you down, beast.
The rest of the group, being surprised, skips the surprise round. Bolan in particular doesn't really mind, as this means that he may continue admiring the craftsmanship of the ruined walls in front of him for a few moments longer. The Kugwar rush at the adventurers, trying to quickly surround them from both sides. After approaching them, the Kugwar launch a volley of acid spits on the adventurers. Nasty stuff. The Kugwar affected by Gharvan's frenzy spell, however, fight each other. The GM rolls the dice, and luckily, his first roll is for one of the frenzied Kugwar. Why luckily? Well, this is why.
It's a crit.
Look, my first roll is a crit. Surprise, surprise.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How much damage?
No, he kills him, yeah. Spits him all over, and the acid goes through his carapace, right, and goes exactly where it's supposed to go and kills him. Lovely. Oracle receives 2 acid spit attacks. He suffers 3 wounds from them, and his chest upper part is also damaged by the acid. Ooh. Velvet deftly dodges all Kugwar attacks. Lastly, Orlos also suffers a wound from a Kugwar attack. All in all, it could have been much worse. And that's the Kugwar. Your turn. Normal turn, everybody can act. Bolan, suddenly you're like, oh shit, we're fighting! With the entire group now fully alert, they mount a counterattack against the pesky Kugwar. Well, they try to mount a counterattack against the pesky Kugwar, but their positioning will say otherwise. Gharvan and Oracle run north towards the remaining larger group of Kugwar. The rest mainly stay where they are, moving only ever so slightly. Orlos throws the second torch towards the second group of Kugwar. Gharvan uses this opportunity to once again cast his insanity spell on the group of Kugwar now being illuminated. Oracle is unable to see any of the Kugwar, however, due to the remains of the wall in front of him. He therefore casts his Healer's Hand spell and restores some of his lost hit points. Bolan asks who is injured, but since it was only Oracle and he already healed himself, he decides not to use any of his resource points and skips his turn. The rest also skip their turns due to the way they were positioned. Yeah, not much of a counterattack.
I'll heal myself for
Who's
one.
injured?
Me?
Oracle.
The one
feeling
will
that-
protect you.
The Kugwar mostly keep their distance and continue on with their acid spit attacks. Some of the Kugwar from the group in front of the adventurers are now frenzied due to Gharvan's insanity spell and actively block the other Kugwar from approaching the adventurers, remaining outside of spitting reach. Spitting reach.
Yep.
You know, because these can't actually approach, you
They
are
cannot attack.
out of reach from their attacks, right?
And then I
brilliant.
frenzy them.
One of the dragonkin accompanying the adventurers receives 2 critical hits from a Kugwar and goes down. His armor parts are also severely damaged from the attacks. The dragonkin is, however, saved by Bolan's curative word, which Bolan casts as a reaction. Moments later, the frenzied Kugwar and the non-frenzied Kugwar attack each other. Only a few Kugwar remain after this. During their next turn, the adventurers fail to do much, except Bolan, who kills the last Kugwar positioned south of the adventurers, and Orlos, who, surprisingly, kills one of the Kugwar with a loosed arrow from a bow that was given to him by Essen. The Kugwar failed his protection save and is dead.
Kugwar dead.
Lovely.
Yay.
Okay, your turn is done. Moment face. The few remaining Kugwar rush towards the adventurers and launch 4 attacks against Gharvan and 2 against the other dragonkin warrior. Gharvan's armor saves him from some of the acid, but it is not enough, and he suffers 4 wounds from the Kugwar's attacks. The dragonkin, on the other hand, dodges the attacking Kugwar's attacks and is mostly unfazed. During their next turn, the adventurers kill off the remaining Kugwar, while Bolan heals Gharvan with his curative word spell. Because casting his spells also drains his sanity points, Gharvan siphons a sanity point from each of the adventurers, restoring his at the detriment of everyone else's. No one is left broken by this act. Yet. After the battle is won, Bolan summons his Sigil of Hope and heals the wounds of his companions. and insists on having a small prayer as a thank you to the one for surviving this ordeal.
That's actually
I
very
say
nice.
we do like a 5-minute prayer here, you know, around the symbol.
We
was
don't
waiting
have
yeah,
time
sure.
for that. Can we go this way so we can break Bolan?
I would just point out that if we stay here and pray around the symbol and they come, more of them, be more protected by the symbol than away from it. But okay.
That's true.
Well, symbol. Well, I can move it, yeah. So the symbol is going with us.
And we can pray on the way.
Yeah.
Can you lift me up on the symbol? Yeah, I will float on top of it.
You would have to balance all the time, which you are very poor at, which would result in you falling all the time.
Okay,
Because
also,
the
the one
symbol isn't...
I can sit up.
Not really, you see, the symbol isn't like this in the air, it's yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he would enjoy it.
It's
Maybe
like
he
this.
would enjoy more.
It tickles
Okay,
his
fine.
prostate.
One question.
The one pieces.
Righty-ho, you continue on forward.
Wait. What's with the body here?
Can we explore the body?
Oh yeah, you inspect, okay, you go back there and you inspect the body. Lore natural, the skeleton actually. So.
Yep. Anybody else got it?
Natural.
I am very good at looking at things, and that's it.
And touching the things you are not supposed to.
No, that's actually you,
Whoa.
Orlus.
Yeah.
FBI, open up!
I
Okay, Orlus,
Orlus.
give me a lore natural.
Alright.
DC 11.
Good luck.
You go to the skeleton and after examining it for a short while, you turn back to the others and say, "Ah, nothing, it's just a normal skeleton of a human."
It's a normal dwarf, no worries.
No, you say a normal skeleton of a human. And then, if you want to, you can say, "Ah, no, wait, a dwarf."
No, I don't want to break my little man.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. He heard
Dwarf?
it.
No.
No, it was a
Let me-
dwarf,
let me-
not anymore.
Let me think.
Who knows,
Is it,
maybe it's your
like-
grandpa.
Is it a bear, like just the skeleton, nothing else?
Yeah, just a skeleton.
I compare my arm lengths to his.
His are a little bit longer,
I compared it to mine.
a little bit shorter, which kinda makes no sense since Orlus said it was a human.
Exactly. I compare it to mine.
Yeah, shorter.
No, you.
This is not a human, Orlos.
Whatever it is, it's not anymore. Let's go further.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, but no.
I need to do a little prayer for this poor soul.
We will do
Okay.
that later.
Well,
We'll be praying on the way back.
We obviously get to this point, so we have to decide where to go. Left or right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
oh,
this?
guys, there are doors.
You notice that Bolan is not with you, and you see him back. Well, you hear him uttering a little silent prayer, or a little quiet prayer.
Bolan, get to this one here.
Bolan,
Bless you.
there
good
are
child.
dwarven doors here.
Where are the doors?
Okay, you reach this part here, and
Wait.
you see a dwarven entrance. Clear dwarven design with dwarven runes on them. By inspecting it, Bolan, you are fairly certain that this was an entrance to a forge, but not like your everyday forge. This was a large workshop, which could have churned out a significant amount of arms and armaments, probably employing dozens, if not even more, experts and masters of the craft.
I am gonna follow the only wall I see here.
The adventurers continue on exploring the ruins and eventually reach the inner part of the large dwarven forge workshop. Inside, they find various arms and armaments made out of steel and adamantium, master-crafted items made by dwarven hands. The quality of the weapons makes Gharvan tear up from joy, while Bolan becomes ecstatic and starts screaming, "Beautiful!" over and over again. The armor parts seem to be built for dwarven body proportions, but they are larger than what one would expect for dwarven armor. Most of the adventurers take this opportunity to quickly swap their weapons with those made of adamantium, as those weapons have no rust on them. Yet, while the adventurers were oogling the newly discovered arms and armaments, another large group of Kugwa snuck up on them and launched a surprise attack. A large group of Kugwa attacks the adventurers from the east. Not all Kugwa are in reach for their attacks just yet, thus only a few are able to utilize their acid spit attacks. Bolan receives 2 attacks. The first is a normal hit negated by his worn armor, while the second one is a critical hit. Bolan suffers 2 wounds. Gharvan receives 6 attacks from 2 Kugwa workers and 1 Kugwa warrior. He ends up suffering only 1 wound from the attacks, but his armor gets badly damaged. Arakel is attacked by a Kugwa warrior and suffers 2 wounds from the attacks. Your turn. Bolan is rummaging through the equipment, so he is still surprised. The rest of you move please. Bolan and Gharvan are healed by the Sigil of Hope, which then promptly disappears. Everyone except Bolan moves towards the Kugwa. Gharvan casts his insanity spell on the back line of the Kugwa. Orlos tosses his torch at the group of Kugwa to shed some light for the rest of the group, while attacking the Kugwa in front of him. Arakel attacks the Kugwa in front of him as well, but also casts an overcharged Heaven's Judgment spell on a group of 4 Kugwa. Werebat and the dragonkin focus on the Kugwas in front of them. For the first time during the session, the Kugwa actually managed to resist Gharvan's insanity spell. The chances for that happening are very slim, and Gharvan did not have enough resource points to overcharge the spell and force the Kugwa to roll the save to resist it with disadvantage. The party was counting on this. The disappointment is very real.
They succeed?
Well. Yep.
Oh my god.
D3 plus D6, yep. It's very, very small chances, but they didn't have disadvantage. Enraged by this, Gharvan smashes into the Kugwa in front of him and kills him in a single blow. Orlos, on the other hand, completely fails with his attacks. The first one is an outright miss, while the second attack glances over the Kugwa's carapace. Arakel also fails in his attempt to manifest the Heaven's Judgment spell. Oh lord.
No!
You see Arakel trying to manifest the Heavenly Judgment spell, but failing completely.
And my attack on the guy.
Yeah.
The big guy. Crit.
Alright, max
16. Yeah, but it's
okay.
a crit.
Filled with anger, he smashes at the warrior in front
With
of him.
a new sword and crit. First attack is a crit. Just
Yay.
saying.
Yay.
Finally holding my own weapon.
Okay,
Yeah.
these two essentially massacre this one as well, and that's your turn done.
Can I attack again?
Revel
Yeah.
Butchery, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god. Are
7,
you kidding?
just enough. Okay, protection save. Once again, Orlos tries to
Kidding.
smash his target. It's him at the same exact spot, and again the result is the same. The Kugwa moves slightly towards the adventurers and prepare for their nasty acid spit attacks. 3 of them attack Orlos. 2 Kugwa warriors attack one of the dragonkin. 4 Kugwa workers attack Gharvan, and lastly, 3 of the Kugwa attack Arakel. Your armor is fucked, boys. Orlos dodges one of the attacks, but gets hit by all the others, and one of the hits is a critical hit. Luckily, in the end, he suffers only 4 wounds, and he is still left standing. The dragonkin being attacked suffers a wound, and uses his shield to block the other acid spit hurled in his direction. Gharvan was not so lucky. The salvo of acid spits he received bite into his armor and flesh, and he goes down, unconscious and barely alive for now. Bolan is still distracted and is therefore unable to heal Gharvan with his healing word spell as a reaction. Like Gharvan, Oracle receives a multitude of acid spits hurled in his general direction and, just like Gharvan, goes down unconscious, barely alive. Not looking good, boys. Will this be the end? That is their turn done. Your turn, movement face.
Bolan, let's run back.
Again, Bolan, while rummaging, you hear the voices of your companions. Hey, Bolan, what the hell?
Bolan!
I'm turning like, what the fuck?
Bolan, shut here.
You turn around and you see a bunch of Kugwar again.
Yeah, when I was falling down, I was like, Bolan, help!
Movement phase. Finally alerted by what is happening, Bolan rushes towards his fallen companions. Orlos runs towards the still very large group of Kugwar. Orlos then proceeds to attack the Kugwar in front of him with both of his attacks. Bolan casts Symbol of Hope and heals Gharvan and Oracle. Verbat and the two dragonkin each attack the Kugwar in front of them, respectively. Verbat, finally in a position where he has ganging up, massacres the Kugwar in front of him with a single blow. The dragonkin also score critical hits and slay their targets. Thank the one for those companions, eh lads? Orlos finally manages to kill one of the Kugwar. Yay! Finally you see Orlos smash through one of them.
Hell yeah.
And being like, die, insect, die!
I'm moving and attacking the warrior right here.
Okay. He fails his protection save.
He did. Minimum of 4 wounds.
That is your surprisingly productive turn. The Kugwar reposition themselves slightly and focus solely on Orlos. How many attacks does Orlos receive? Too many. Yeah, all of these are actually attacking Orlos.
Bye, Orlos.
Is that all you have?
Sucks to be Orlos.
Okay, guys, it's been a pleasure knowing you. Goodbye.
The few Kugwar not attacking Orlos manage to take down Verbat, who is now unconscious on the floor. Poor Verbat. Moving on to Orlos.
No, let's go back, come on.
The warrior attacking Orlos.
Orlos is on 2 HP, right? Oh boy.
Oh lord!
Outright killed.
Okay, Orlos, you are outright killed. Your body is already decomposing due to all the acid, and all of your armor parts receive 2 points of damage.
So I'm naked.
No, actually no. It's just they're no longer if they're destroyed like completely, they are no longer providing any benefits.
Yeah.
Way too many hopes.
And we lose 1 sanity point.
Yes. All of you lose.
Bolan! Bolan, my friend! That is very low.
Oh, this can be very bad for you.
Yes, I know. 2.
3,
Oh.
2.
Yeah, very bad.
Hey, it's not 1!
No, it's not 1. Okay,
not
mental
one.
die, that's not bad.
Mental die worsened by 2.
Okay.
I like that.
It's not so bad, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be worse.
It could have been
Could be way
so
worse.
much worse.
It could be bewildered.
Yeah. Desperate. Okay, the sudden feeling of desperation overcomes you, Bolan, and you can hear him cry out, "The one! Why? Where are you?"
My body, Orlos. I made you drink. Don't die now. You still haven't tasted it, laddie. Get up.
During the following turn, Oracle attacks 2 of the Kugwar in front of him, with 1 attack each. A risky move, but hey, fortune favors the bold. Gharvan uses his Insanity spell to target 3 Kugwar at the back. Bolan casts Heaven's Judgment on another group of Kugwar. Seeing their friend get killed, enrages the party, and they succeed in all of their attacks and spell attempts.
For Orlos!
Seeing Orlos fall and his body starting to dissolve in front of your eyes, and poor Veabat getting also killed. Oh man, you suddenly become so fucking pissed at these insects, and the slaughter commences.
And the fact that they are defiling the sacred place of the dwarves. The sacred dwarven wall is...
The Kugwo are unable to withstand the onslaught of the remaining adventurers, and they soon succumb to their furious attacks. Bolan approaches Veabat and Orlos and revives both of them. Orlos, however, is shaken from the ordeal.
I'm losing sanity point, right?
Yes. You now lose a sanity point.
You know what
Welcome.
that means?
Welcome to the club!
Well, I'm spending more time in that club than the other one.
Fucking hell.
It's a 3.
Again, see this
Right.
ball.
Yeah?
The
Yeah?
3.
Irrational.
No, he failed. He has to roll now.
Ah, okay.
Let's see what he is.
1.
1.
Oh, is that the worst one?
Crazed!
Oh, shit!
Oh my god.
We quickly swarm him and knock him out.
Yeah, but before you realize he gets up,
Yeah.
and Orlos, you still think that you're fighting with Kugwa,
Yep.
right? You aren't even you don't even realize what's happening around you, and you swing. Let's see, at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me roll a resolution die.
Please hit me.
Try to hit Veabat.
No, try to hit me.
Gharvan. He swings at Gharvan wildly.
Please do not be a crit.
Orlos, roll an attack roll.
Orlos, are you using your class features? That's the biggest question.
Can I?
Yeah.
Orlos is using.
Yeah, you can.
Orlos is using everything.
Oh shit.
Furious blows.
Crazed.
Furious
Yeah,
blows, recklessness, roll with
You have
advantage.
advantage. Pray that you do not crit. And clear his head.
Can I use destiny if I fail?
Yes.
Yes.
In
you don't have
killing him, I mean.
Oh shit.
Okay,
not a crit.
it's not a critical hit. Gharvan.
Okay. I attempt to save and then will obviously parry. I
Okay,
fail.
you fail,
Okay,
parry.
let's.
You parry?
Yeah, I
okay.
do, and I knock him. I attempt to knock him out.
Yep.
You got
You just fucking smash him at the ruined piece of armor and just like take it off, but it doesn't do any damage to him. After that, you realize that Orlos is crazy and he starts yelling, "Die, insect, die!" And all of you kind of swarm him, and you pin him down.
Enough, Orlos.
Release me, I need to kill the fucking insect.
We killed them.
I need to kill this bug, this cockroach in front of me.
Everybody's holding him, right?
Yeah. Okay, you knock him unconscious.
ain't even gonna
Let me do that again, please.
Now carry me out of here.
Yeah, the bird
Okay.
Okay, you are fairly certain that you managed to kill a lot of the Kugwar. You are uncertain if that's all of them,
Definitely not.
but you did manage to kill a lot of them.
Yeah. Before we go out, I will try to get myself a helmet at least.
2 experience
No.
points.
Oh, nice. Also, one more thing about Kugwars. Do you know that do they use a queen or something to breed a brood mother or something?
Yes, they have a queen.
Okay, we need to find a queen and end it.
Yeah, but not now. We need to.
Obviously,
go back.
since they came from that direction,
Yeah, here.
obviously that's
We
the
now
path
know
that leads to
where-
their lair.
Where
Yeah.
to go? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, since we found the forge, we are gonna put dibs on everything here. So we fit ourselves first, and everything else can go to the hamlet.
You cannot call dibs on it. I mean,
Fighters, keepers.
I'm not saying that we dwarves are not for sharing, right? But you cannot say it's yours. It's dwarven. So
No,
only a
it is-
dwarf can
it is-
allow you to take it. You know?
It is dwarven made. Sure.
It's dwarven. You see all these runes here? That's all dwarven property. This is my king's house.
Hey, we still need to explore.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go out, recuperate, get some strength.
The party starts leaving, but Bolan, being desperate, suddenly realizes that the ruins remind him too much of home and bring him a strange sense of comfort. He refuses to leave the ruins. Gharvan smacks him with the pommel of his sword unconscious. The party then proceeds with leaving the ruins and returns back to the hamlet. They go into the inn where they realize that Essen is still away on his own mission.
Okay, well, that was fun. For me at least. Again, another day of adventuring. You survived again. Barely, but you have survived. I must say that the decision to take the 2 dragonkin with you was obviously the correct one. And yeah, as you can see, going into some strange and ancient ruins and clearing it out of beasties is not an endeavor that is so easily achieved in Rots. I guess it would take you some time even if you were higher levels. So there's that. And yeah, as my friend Nenad always says, any session where you survive it is a good session.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's that.
And I must say one more thing. The current number of broken people is only half now.
yeah, it's improving.
We are upgrading.
It's improving, definitely. So there's that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Godspeed, adventurers.
Joseph.
Don't die.
No. Joseph, are you forgetting something?
Oh, no, I'm not forgetting anything.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
yes,
Bye-bye.
you are.